Top 5 upsets in World Cup history. The FIFA World Cup is undoubtedly the biggest stage for international football. Every 4 years, countries from across the globe come together to compete for the coveted trophy. Over the years, the tournament has given us several memorable moments, from the stunning goals to the incredible comebacks. However, nothing quite gets the heart racing like an unexpected upset. In this article, we take a look at the top 5 upsets in World Cup history. 1. USA 1-0 England, 1950 World Cup. The USA's victory over England in the 1950 World Cup will always be one of the most significant upsets in football history. The English team, who were one of the favorites to win the tournament, were coming off a 23-game unbeaten run at a team that included some of the country's greatest players. On the other hand, the USA was considered the underdogs. Not many gave them a chance against a team that had the likes of Alf Ramsey, Billy Wright, and Tom Finney. The game was played in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and witnessed a shock result. Joe Gaetjens, a Haitian-born American, scored the only goal of the game in the 37th minute to secure the USA's first-ever World Cup victory. The English team was completely stunned, and the result remains one of the biggest upsets in football history. 2. Algeria 2-1 West Germany, 1982 World Cup. The 1982 World Cup in Spain saw Algeria become the first African team to win a match at the tournament. They faced off against West Germany, who was considered one of the best teams in the world at the time. The German side was full of world-class players like Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, Paul Breitner, and Klaus Fischer. The game was played at the Estadio Juan Carlos I in Gijón, Spain, and Algeria quickly took control of the match. Lachtar Boulami scored the opening goal in the 9th minute, and the Algerian players remained resolute in defense to keep the Germans from scoring. They doubled their lead in the second half through Rabah Madjer's goal. The Germans tried to stage a comeback, but they could only manage a consolation goal from the penalty spot. The result was a shock to the footballing world, and Algeria made history by becoming the first African team to defeat a European team at the World Cup. 3. Senegal 1-0 France, 2002 World Cup. The 2002 World Cup in Japan and South Korea witnessed one of the biggest upsets in the tournament's history. The defending champions, France, were considered one of the favorites to win the tournament again. The team boasted of legendary players like Zinedine Zidane, Thierry Henry, and Patrick Vieira. Senegal, in contrast, was making their first-ever appearance at the World Cup, and had never won a game in the tournament before. The game was played on May 31, 2002, at the Seoul World Cup Stadium in South Korea, and Senegal produced an incredible performance. The African side took the lead in the 30th minute through Bouba Diop's goal, and then they practiced a tenacious defensive display to keep the French attack at bay. Despite having several chances to level the match, the French team could not find a way past the Senegal keeper. The result was a shock to the world, and it is still regarded as one of the most significant upsets in World Cup history. 4. South Korea 2-1 Italy, 2002 World Cup. The 2002 World Cup in Japan and South Korea saw the host produce another shock result. South Korea faced off against Italy in the round of 16. The Italians, who were one of the tournament's pre-tournament favorites, had reached the final in the previous edition of the World Cup. The game was played at the Daejeon World Cup Stadium in South Korea, and it saw a dramatic finish. The Italians took the lead in the 18th minute through a controversial penalty decision. The Koreans, however, equalized in the second half through Seol Ki-hyun's goal and took the game into extra time. In the 118th minute, Francesco Totti was sent off for Italy, and the Koreans pounced on the opportunity and scored a late winner through An Young-hwan.